It's time for the buzz with the Queen Bee on the Devin Dixon Show.
Oh, you know it. Bzzz, you hear that? Bzzz. That means the Queen Bee is buzzing into the One Law Studios, and it's time to jump into it. Rach, how you doing this afternoon on a Throwdown Thursday? Oh, we lost her. Ah, there she is, and Rachel joining us now for the buzz. Greetings and salutations. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself, Devin?
I can't complain. I'm looking forward to the buzz. Last week you brought it. You absolutely brought it. I can't wait to see what you got coming for our listeners today.
Oh, well, you know what? Let's start with a story that's huge, but people may have been at work. Maybe you didn't hear about Dan Le Batard. So the Baseball Writers Association of America, they announced today that he has been banned for life from voting for the Hall of Fame and suspended from the Writers Association for 1 year. So what he did is he turned his Hall of Fame vote over to the general public. He turned the ballot over, which people have done before, but he turned it over to Deadspin. He turned it over to the public just so they could see who was on the ballot. I personally don't think that's a huge deal, and it seems like they're trying to make, a point of doing it, but people have done things like this before, so why is it such a big deal that he's done it?
Yeah, I mean, Le Batard comes on before us. Obviously, he's been a hot topic, controversial. Look, I didn't even realize he had a vote. I don't think of Dan Le Batard as a guy tied to the Marlins as a baseball writer. I was surprised when he even had a vote. And Le Batard said, "Hey, I didn't sell anything. I didn't get anything." He posted that on Twitter, and he told Deadspin that it's a flawed voting process. It needs remodeling. He was doing this as a protest, and now I don't know that I would have necessarily done exactly how he did it, but point well taken, and I think he's making a stand, and I commend him for that.
I know, exactly like you're saying, he didn't do it for money. He did it to try to change the system, and it bit him in the ass, and hopefully now, I don't know what's going to happen now, but it's a really unfortunate situation because he didn't do it for gain.
Well, in this system, when I found out guys like Vince Scully don't have a vote and greats that broadcast the game and cover all these greats. I mean, Vince Scully has been broadcasting for decades, and he's seen every era and every great player all the way through. How is it that Le Batard even has a vote and the great Vince Scully doesn't? That baffles my mind. I mean, you could have a writer that's not even writing for baseball nowadays, writing for something else. I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and he said this happens more often than people think, that they could be doing food stories nowadays, but because once upon a time they covered baseball, they've always got that vote, and it's kind of boggling. So the system is flawed. Le Batard made a stand. Good for you, Dan Le Batard and Stugatz.
We'll see if now that the story's gone so public and they kind of look like jerks if they back down. But who knows? I don't know.
Le Batard's growing on me too. I wasn't sure when I first started listening to Le Batard. I was like, this guy's kind of quirky. He's kind of different, And then I thought, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm kind of the same dang way. He's starting to grow on me. I really am starting to like the Dan Le Batard show more and more, especially when he makes a bold stance like this. Give the man some credit.
Did you just call yourself quirky? Really?
I don't know.
I would have never used that word, Devin.
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop.
Anyway, let's go on to some great news. I love this story. I don't know if you heard about this story's kind of been going on and off for a while. So his name is Austin Hatch, and he's a 6'6" senior who plays for Loyola High School here in LA. So he hasn't played basketball since surviving a 2011 plane crash that left him in a coma for 8 days or 8 weeks? 8 weeks. He left him in a coma for 8 weeks. And last night, he returned to the court for the first time in 3 years and brought down the house. He absolutely played amazingly, and everybody was cheering for him and doing a great job. So the background story about this was he was actually once a star at Fort Wayne, Canterbury High in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where he was recruited by the University of Michigan. But a week after committing to Michigan, he was actually involved in a plane crash that killed his father and stepmother and left him in a coma for 8 weeks. So what was even more incredible about this story is this was actually the second plane crash of his life.
What?
In 2003, he survived a plane crash that killed his mother and 2 siblings, and in both crashes, his father was flying.
Unbelievable.
So he went through this. He got through both plane crashes. His entire family has passed away. He's got other family and friends that have been taking him in. And so obviously he's older now, and he's older than he would be normally for high school. But the great thing about this story is He's set to graduate this year, and Michigan is playing to honor the scholarship he was offered 3 years ago.
Wow.
So they're keeping it, and he's going to play for them in the 2014-2015 season.
And I did see a little bit about this. I heard he was bringing the house down last night. I mean, everybody knows this backstory, and it was unbelievable that he's even on the court. And right when he came in, he was productive. So that's a cool story. That's one of the heartwarming stories that you'll love to hear about.
Absolutely. So good for him. I'm really, I think that's really good on Michigan, actually continuing to, give education and continue to keep their promises about a scholarship that they made 3 years ago despite all this happening.
Yeah, those are the stories in sports that make you smile instead of all the downright dirty, cheating, steroids, smutty, stories that we so often hear about.
Yes, we do. And speaking of scoundrels and, crappy people, can we go for a little Bobby Petrino story? Can we do this?
He's back.
He's definitely back. So he's the new head coach at Louisville. And a little bit, isn't this deja vu right now? I'm having a little deja vu.
Yeah.
So, this is the same program that he left in 2006 to be with the Falcons. And then, he did the Atlanta thing. He went to Arkansas, before he crashed his motorcycle, romanced the staffer, that he illegally fast-tracked, in trying to enlist state police to help cover up the affair. But now he's kind of circled back. So we'll see what goes on with that.
I was surprised. I mean, I was really, really surprised that they went back to Bobby Petrino. Of course, the AD came out and said why, and Petrino said he's a different man and a better man. I guess we are truly a second chance society. The only thing that, America and sports won't forgive is losing nowadays. Everything else forgiven, second chances granted at a whim.
This is kind of and I agree with you, this is kind of my theory on it. And you know what? And I was talking to a friend of mine about this yesterday, is he's already done it once, and the odds of him doing it a second time are probably pretty slim.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, he's already discovered he sucks at everything else. So, maybe this is it for him. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, good for Bobby. He got a second chance. We'll see if he makes the most of it.
Exactly. So I'm going to talk to you about a sport right now, a really random sport. It's kind of it's called bull skating.
What?
Bull skating. Yes. It sounds like it is. Well,
random, that's unknown. That's not random, that's
story.
Unknown. Like croquet or badminton or cricket. That's more of what you're talking about. This sport is unknown. I have never heard of this sport.
Yeah, so, so to kind of give you some background on kind of what it is, the part in the Westerns where the bad guy gallops off with some, widowed or orphan's horse, so the roguish anti-hero tears after him on his own stallion where he catches up, and, the two battle it out stride for stride until, the anti-hero shoots the bad guy off and has to corral both horses, standing on both of them by straddling them. Yeah, that's kind of what bull skating is. So, essentially, it's this Indonesian rodeo event.
Okay.
And it's a race involves latching together two bulls with a decorative wood harness that also has a place for the rider to stand. So the rider gets up in the saddle, whips the bulls a few times, and then hangs on for dear life. And then they just auction off the bulls. That's literally the whole sport.
This is like John Wayne. I'm like seeing cowboy. This is like, I don't even understand this sport. It sounds like rodeo to me, but weird kind of rodeo. It's like trying to get better at bull riding by doing it in a weird way.
Yeah, I'm not really
bull
sure.
Skating?
You need to go see the pictures of it. It's just really weird and odd.
Would you play
this
this
sport? When I found
sport?
it, I actually went, what?
Would you play?
I had to research it because I had never heard of it before.
Would you do it?
Would I personally do it? I'd probably give it a shot.
Really?
Before, I get my head split open, but maybe one time.
Would you go run with the bulls?
No, I personally would not run with the bulls. I like to be behind the bulls, not in front of the bulls.
Well, they're going to buck you off. What's the difference? At least you can run with them instead of having them one-on-one come at you. Would you get on a bull, maybe like a baby bull in a ring, and try to last 8 seconds?
I don't know, actually. I've never really been the type to want to get bucked off, personally. I've been bucked off a horse before and landed on my feet. I figured that was the one time I got lucky.
Listen, I don't see this bull skating sport growing that rapidly. Do you?
No, I think it's going to stay in Indonesia, personally. I think that's probably a safe bet.
All right. And hey, everybody learned there's a new sport out there today called bull skating.
Bull skating. You're welcome. Go look it up.
Sign up at notsportsradio1061.com.
That's right. You go do that. Let's see. So this story, great little story. Most of these stories today are actually pretty awesome. So Miami Heat, as you know, they absolutely killed the New Orleans Pelicans this past week. Just killed them.
Yeah.
So LeBron James, have you seen this video?
Yeah. Which one? There's a lot
the
of...
The one where he kisses the lady?
Yeah, he kisses the lady. I love that. I absolutely love that.
I think it's the best. Her expression. So to let people know that haven't seen it, and it's up on my Twitter page right now, ESPN The Buzz. What the video is first, he walks over courtside, and there's this older, heavier lady sitting there, probably in her 50s, and he walks up, poses for a photo for her, and then just goes for it and leans down and kisses her on the cheek just out of the blue. And you could see she's just floored. She's so excited, and everyone around her is just cracking up. And he just walks away. That's it. Kisses this older lady in the face and walks away.
See, but remember when that guy hit the half-court shot and LeBron went out there and bear hugged him and was so stoked for him? Here's the thing with LeBron. There was all that bad pub and bad image when he made the move to go to Miami, and LeBron has repaired his image so quickly. You got to give the people around him LeBron a ton of credit, and this goes into it. I mean, when you see something like that, and it's just him being real and interacting with the fan and giving her a kiss and the smile on her face, that's good stuff. I love that. I compliment and commend LeBron James. Yeah, I did see that. That's good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and did you hear about the other story? I actually wasn't going to do this story. If you even heard about this, the whole getting carded at the bar thing.
No, I didn't see that.
Did you hear about this?
No, that's why I have you. So you dig up these weird stories that nobody has heard of.
Yes, of course. Well, that's my job, Devin. So apparently LeBron James was watching, I can't remember, he was watching a bowl game at some hotel bar. And the bartender asked him, he carded him, like seriously carded him. And which is hilarious because, LeBron James is LeBron James, number one. And number two, he has a receding hairline. So it's not like he looks like a young 29. He's an old 29. And so the bartender legitimately carded him, didn't know who he was. And the best thing about it is someone wrote this tweet. It says, I wasn't going to say anything, but LeBron's already made a comment about it or made a statement about it, so now I'll tweet about it. Bartender just carded him at the bar and was serious. And so everybody apparently in the bar just started laughing. And LeBron James was happy to show it. Didn't even argue with him. So that's your second one. And then we've got one final story before we go on to the amazing, the incredible Buzz Time Trivia.
Go for it. What do we got? Is this
right,
Dennis Rodman?
It's the cricket one.
It's not
cricket earlier.
I thought it was Rodman. I'm actually glad it's cricket. Go.
Okay, so here we go. Attached by a cricket spectator in New Zealand, net the fan in American dollars. Nobody cares about Kiwi money. $83,000 in American money. So simply by making this grab one-handed while wearing the appropriate T-shirt. So Michael Morton, who I presume is the only Red Sox fan in all of New Zealand. Yeah, he was actually wearing a Red Sox hat during this catch, of course. He got the shirt for free with a 6-pack of Tui brand beer and attended today, the day's one-day international match between the Keys and the West Indies. So when he nabbed a sixer, or what we call a home run in baseball, he set off the bat of a windy slugger, Kieran Powell. He did so with one hand, a stipulation of the contest, and it earned him the big prize. And so he proceeded to launch the $100,000 ball back on the field, like every other Fenway jackass who catches a homer hit by the visiting team. Because, of course he did. He's wearing a Red Sox hat, so of course he has to act like a Red Sox. Go Yankees. So now fans who have always endorsed bringing a baseball glove to the ballpark now have evidence for their argument. And at this point, cricketers only use the gloves for the wicketkeeper, and nobody else uses them.
Wow.
So now they're all arguing, well, see, now we should bring baseball mitts to the park.
Wicketkeeper. These are terms that are so foreign to me. New Zealand, this is standard practice, standard talk. There's some words I'd never heard before in that story, Rach. You really dug deep. Nice job. That is The Buzz. You could make sure to follow Rachel at ESPN The Buzz. She joins us every single Thursday. And when we come back, Buzz Time Trivia on a free ticket Thursday. More tickets going out the door right after this timeout. Don't touch that dial. We're back in a flash.
Save now on everything for your home. Goes. It's the best in sports on 106.1 Sports Radio ESPN.
Welcome back, and it's one of our favorite segments of the week. We do trivia. We call it Buzz Time Trivia, and we need your phone calls on a free ticket Thursday. 673-9398. 673-9398. You get a question correct, a 4-pack of tickets. And what's our topic today, Rach?
You know what? There really is no topic today. It is a mixed bag.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. Our first contestant joining us. How are you?
Good.
All right, here's your question.
All right, here we go. How many players are there on the ice with an ice hockey team during an ice hockey game?
8.
No, 6.
Six. Appreciate the phone call. Unless you're, all the hockey fans out there are going, are you kidding me? You don't know that? But that's.
They're ready to kick him in the shin.
Did you see the guy that his rib cage got slit the other day with the skate? Ooh, that looks scary. Let's go back to the phone lines. Buzz Time Trivia. Our next contestant, what's your name?
Sterling.
Sterling, here's your question.
Who was the youngest world heavyweight boxing champion?
Oh, man. The youngest.
This isn't as hard as you think.
What's that?
This is not as hard as you think.
She'd say that. Muhammad Ali.
No, Mike Tyson.
Oh, man.
Oh, man is right.
Man.
Rach, you said it's not as hard as you think there. You gave him a little clue. That's tough, though, on the spot. All right, back to the phone lines we go. Our next contestant, who's this?
Hello?
Are you
Hello?
okay? Here's your question.
All
right. In darts, how high off the floor must the bullseye measure?
I'm guessing 5 feet.
Ooh, 5'8". We have the first part, but we need the second part. Sorry, man.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that's so cruel. 5'8". I wouldn't have known that. 5'8" is the answer. 673-9398. 673-9398. 4-pack of tickets on Free Ticket Thursday. So far, we're 0 for 3. 0 for 3 right now. I think we're gonna get a winner here in this next one, though. How are you doing today? Here's your question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello? Oh, there you are. Okay, in tennis, what is the point score immediately after deuce?
Say that again.
In tennis, what is the point score immediately after deuce? I'll give you a clue. In ping pong, I usually say my ad.
I'm not sure. Is it immediately after deuce?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no idea.
Advantage.
Advantage. My ad. Yeah, you ever play ping pong, 21-21, you get the point. My ad. Yeah, and then you can win on the next point. Appreciate
See,
the
my
phone call.
questions are not that difficult
No.
if they know the sport.
No, that was not hard. I got it because I love to play ping pong, not necessarily tennis.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to the phone lines we go. Our next contestant. Can we get a winner? Who's this?
Tyler.
Tyler, pick us up here, kid.
All right.
All right, here we go. The nickname, the Georgia Peach, was given to which famous baseball player?
Ooh, I know the last 3, not this one.
Of course.
Georgia Peach.
A Georgia Peach.
He's
I don't know
old.
any Georgia baseball players.
It's old school. Think old school.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Old school.
I'm not
But
old school.
very
That's the
famous.
problem.
First name rhymes with Cy.
With
No
Cy?
way.
I don't
know.
I don't think I gave it away,
Cy.
Rich.
The
No,
only
it's
guess I
Ty
give is Cy
Cobb.
Young.
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb.
Okay. Should have known that one.
Thanks, Tyler.
Come on now.
Oh man, he was clearly stumped, Rachel. I was trying to. We only have 5 minutes of showtime left. I want to get to a winner. Here we go. How are
I'm
you?
trying, Devin.
Good.
Welcome to the show. Your name for this segment is called Winner. Winner, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Give Winner
Turn
a
down your
question.
radio, man. We can hear you. Turn it down. All right, here we go. What height is the center of a tennis net in feet?
Another tennis question.
Yep.
I'm
Clearly, many tennis players are in St. Jude.
guessing it's lower than the dartboard.
Yes, it is lower than a dartboard. I will give you that.
Let's say 3 feet.
You got it. Finally, it was a good that you pulled that out of your butt. Well, thank you.
Oh, we finally got one correct. I told you Winner was on the line. Winner, when you come pick up your prizes, tell the front desk Winner is here, all right?
I'll do that.
I'm putting a 4-pack of Dixie State tickets for your choice of either Saturday or Monday's game at the Burns Arena for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, winner, chicken dinner. We got time for one more kid test it. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2 to end Buzz Time Trivia, 673-9398. And let's go to the phone lines. Here you go. Here's your question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What country invented volleyball?
Australia?
No, we did.
Oh.
Oh, I like that answer. Oh.
Oh, appreciate the phone call. Wow. Great job today, Rachel. Nice job. 1 for 6, our listeners, all they're able to muster off of you today.
I thought today's was quite fair.
It was. They'll have to wait and lick their chops till next Thursday to get another shot. Be good this week. Find some good stories, and we'll talk to you during the Buzz in a week, folks. If you want to follow Rachel on Twitter, at ESPN The Buzz, and check out her blog as well. Rach, be good. Talk to you soon.
See you, Devin.